the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler. Today, I'm your host. So, apparently, everybody in the internet is mad at me, for saying that WWE running shows during the holidays isn't the end of the world. Some folks out there acting like my name is Triple H Paul Levesque, and I personally forced everybody to skip Thanksgiving dinner, to not unwrap gifts with their kids. But today, and when I mean we, I mean Jess the Captain. She's here with us today, and we're going to be breaking down both sides of this debate. The tradition, the business, the backlash, and everything. But before y'all light me up again, let's talk about it. What's going on, Jess?
Trish.
What's up?
How did you just confuse Thanksgiving with Christmas?
Right.
How did you just do that?
Wait, what'd I say?
Bro, you talking about Thanksgiving and then you said the WWE is preventing you from unwrapping gifts with your kids.
At Christmas.
Oh, no.
I said Thanksgiving?
You said Thanksgiving.
You don't get gifts during Thanksgiving? Find a new family.
What?
Find a whole new family. Your family has been selling you out the whole entire time.
I guess I haven't been celebrating Thanksgiving right.
That's
How
right.
y'all doing today,
so you telling me all you do is show up to Thanksgiving to just eat?
I'm the lady in the house. I'm one of the cooks.
Or maybe that's why you don't get no gift, because you're too busy in the kitchen. What's up, Stu? What's up, Fernando? What's going on? Welcome to today's episode of the Tristan Law Show. So I think that I feel that when it comes to the whole wrestling during the holidays, I don't feel that it's something new at all. I don't feel that it's something that, Vince McMahon or Triple H or Nick Khan, not Tony Khan, but Nick Khan woke up and said that we're going to be doing it today. Like holidays, Jess, used to be the biggest night for wrestling. Did you know that?
I've noticed a pattern. I've definitely noticed a pattern that a lot of the good PLEs, the ones everyone's favorite, like WrestleMania and things of those PLEs, those are the ones that are during the holidays.
Right, because WrestleMania is normally around Easter, normally.
Normally.
SummerSlam is normally around, there's no reason for it, but Survivor Series is traditionally done on Christmas. When you're looking back at like WCW and Jim Crockett Promotions, which was the predecessor to WCW,
December was Royal Rumble. I don't know.
No, January's Royal Rumble. It's usually around
January.
January and
Patterson's
birthday.
Elimination Chamber.
It's usually Elimination Chamber. Right. So like my whole thing that I'm looking at is that like Starrcade was used to be the Thanksgiving tradition when it was with Jim Crockett Promotions. Granted, this is Starrcade 97 with Hogan and his brother Sting. The reason why I say it's his brother Sting is because he called everybody brother. So it had to be maybe his family. Neither here nor there. But yeah, he's there with his brother Sting. But the thing is that Starrcade, Jess, was always held on Thanksgiving. From 1983 to 1987, Starrcade was on Thanksgiving. You sat in front of the TV from 1983 to 1987. Well, not you and not me, because I wasn't really born yet. You definitely weren't born yet.
All right, I sure wasn't.
But what happened was that's what you did. You know why they changed it from Thanksgiving to Christmas?
Probably something that had to do with football.
Not even. It had to do with the WWE. WWE came out and said, nah, we want some of that. WWE held the first Survivor Series on Thanksgiving Day, 1987.
Huh.
They dirty, ain't they?
No, not really. Look, everybody's watching TV on Thanksgiving. Everybody. I just said it. Why? Because there is always a game, always a football game during Thanksgiving. It might not be your favorite football team, but there is a football game on Thanksgiving. So I'm not even mad for WWE to say, yeah, I want a piece of that pie, because it's a TV show. We need the ratings. We need the views. We need all that we can to get WWE off its feet at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why that was probably the best power move.
And the thing too, Jess, is that not everybody watches sports.
There you go. Not everybody. Yes, you do. You're watching wrestling. Wrestling is a sport.
Look. See, I don't watch football. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch hockey. I don't watch tennis. I don't watch none of that. I watch real sports. I don't got time for the fake sports. I watch wrestling, and I might watch some slap fighting and stuff. I watch real sports with real men and real women. That's what I watch.
Okay, but everything you just said is real. Why? Because if you can see it in the Olympics, then yeah, it's worth something.
All right, I'll take that. So let's go to the chat. We got Fernando here. Fernando says, "What's up, Tristan and Jess?"
Hey, Fernando, how you doing?
What's going on, Fernando?
Happy December, first of the month.
Oh, that's right. It is the first of the month. Clap it up for us. We made it.
Yes, we are at the last 31 days of 2025.
Let me tell you something. It's like sometimes when you really sit back at January 1 and you go all the stuff that you want to do with the year, and then you look back and you go, damn, like it's January, it's almost December 31st. I'm like, we made it, Jess.
Yeah, we did. I'm so happy we made it through 2025, and boy, was it a year.
I'm telling you. So Fernando says that WWE should not take holidays off. He's with me. Stu is here with his view. He says, what's up, Farron? I think he meant, what's up, fam? What's up, fam? Tristan and Jess. Oh, no. What's up, Fernando? Okay, Fernando. Fernando says, I am mad at you for saying Dom was better than Ray. That was from yesterday, Jess.
Oh, God.
From yesterday's episode, I said that Dominic Mysterio is better at 28 than Rey Mysterio was at 28 because Rey Mysterio at 28 was 13 years into his career. And Dom Mysterio is 5 years into his career at 28. And I said that Dom Mysterio is way better than Rey Mysterio. I think he's the most popular Mysterio right now. But if you missed that, go check out yesterday's recap.
There's more than two Mysterios?
Yeah, there's so Rey Mysterio had his uncle. Because at first he was Colibri, that was his name. And then after that, he became Rey Mysterio Jr. And then there's another Rey Mysterio. He's in the family. He might be like a cousin or something like that. His name is Rey Mysterio the Third or something like that. And then there's Dom.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was like, kind of two, possibly three. Father, grandfather, Dom.
And you see why we fit, Jess? We fit because I am the analyst and you are the color. I draw the lines and you just color them in. Shout out to Tristan and Jess.
There you go. The play-by-play. Like, I just talk the shit.
That's it. Let's see. Fernando says that Starrcade and Survivor Series started and was successful on Thanksgiving. It was what people did during Thanksgiving. It was you ate your dinner and you made sure you eat it early because we about to go purchase that pay-per-view and sit down and watch it.
Well, y'all must have been real lucky or had more than one TV because come on now. Most of the time in the 80s, it was always the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. So I guess my question is that how did y'all do it? How did you do it? Because I know I'm sure that was a hard competition in the house.
Nope.
That, hey, I want to watch the football game. Well,
first off,
I want to pay the $40 to watch this PLE.
First off, my mother wasn't paying no money for no wrestling. My mother said that, and we ain't watching no damn wrestling. Number one. Number two, if it's my house, we's a wrestling house. We ain't watching no foosball. Foosball's for the devil. We ain't watching that. We watching wrestling. That's what we watching. But the thing is that, right, promoters purposely use holidays just to put on these shows because that's when families were together. They were looking for evening entertainment. So like you and your family, you guys watch football. Some families watch some families watch movies because not everybody's a wrestling fan. Not everybody's a sports fan. That's
true. Somebody's watching some family-oriented movie like The Peanuts or something. Oh, and then, the Macy's parade, which, little tidbit about that. Next year, it's the 100th Macy's parade, if y'all didn't know that. It's just a little sidebar.
So
for
you
people
going?
Who didn't know. I was like, oh, yeah, y'all, New York, it's going to be crazy next year because that's the 100th.
So you going?
I would love to try, but my house is the Thanksgiving house. So
you see, and that's why, Jess, you are not getting any gifts doing Thanksgiving because you always got to be the queen. Why don't you just be the servant once in a while? Let's get served.
Not everybody can cook.
All right, I'll take that.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I can't eat everybody's mac and cheese and potato salad. And you know what's up, man. We black, man. Even though we black, not all black folks are kin folks. And not everybody can fucking cook. Whoa.
Yo, just is out of control. King Suavito says WWE can't beat NBA or NFL during the holidays, which is why sometimes they don't run head-to-head with the NFL if they know it's a big and popular game.
Oh, exactly. See what I'm saying? So that's when you will probably get the PLE that Friday, the Black Friday, or that like Survivor Series did the Saturday. Well, as long as it's within that week of the holiday week. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
as long as you're within that week where you know that the TV ratings are going to be crazy, it's going to be shot up, then why not? You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what it is that you're saying. The thing that I look at is that's why WWE moved from doing Sundays to Saturdays, because traditionally PLEs were on Sundays. And then they started doing, Saturday and Sunday in this new regime that we're in, this new day, because it made them not compete so much with football, or other live sports that were going on, because WWE is entertainment. That's really and truly what it is. So what they have to make sure is that they don't have any competition, because they want all of the eyeballs, right? But there are some. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's just, but you also got to remember about, Sundays are hard. We're all, well, except for the kids. Well, no, unless it's the summertime, I'm right. People got to go to work. People got to go to school. So, when your PLE is at 8:00 and the joint's running until 10:45, almost 11 o'clock with pre and post show, it's a lot, It's like, dang, I got to stay up. I got to get up and work in the morning. I'm going to be tired and this, that, and the third. So I think, they were thinking about stuff like that. Like, I want them locked in. I don't want them to be like, damn, I fell asleep, so I don't know what happened type situations.
So Maria's in the chat. What's going on, Maria? Maria says that wrestling and holidays go together like peanut butter and jelly. I'm allergic to peanut butter. Maria says, don't forget, It's a Wonderful Life, Jess, what people do on the holidays.
I love that movie.
Maria said that NFL is king, and she also said church is a busy place on Sunday as well.
Oh, that's another thing. Yes, early in the mornings, your early servers and everything.
Do you know about church?
Of course I do. Come on.
What's the address to your church? What's your pastor name?
What's my pastor's name? Reverend Dr. Joanne Browning, and her husband, Reverend Dr. Granger Browning.
You just made that up.
No. Ebenezer AME Church.
Don't be telling people where your church at. Now they want to show up to your church.
I don't care. It's historic. It's a historic church. So it's Ebenezer, Alpha Street, and Shiloh. You can look all three of them up in the history books.
Okay, so you do go to church.
Yeah.
So church is sold out.
No, it's not sold out. I mean, we're a big church, but it's just like, church, some people don't go to church. And we're in the era of streaming, remember?
True.
We stream now. So like a lot of people's church members, they stream it.
So you're trying to tell me that the people be in the church and instead of listening to God's word, they sitting there watching football and wrestling on their phone?
They can all do all three. Right. See, you on that bullshit now, because you can do all three. Yeah, I'm just saying, you could have the word and the Lord right on your phone, have football on one TV, and then have your wrestling on another TV. And besides, you can't even do that because wrestling is coming on at 8:00. Now, unless you're Catholic, you're not in church at 8:00 at night.
That's true. Good point. So the whole thing that we're looking at, right, is the holidays. Does WWE actually need to take off for the holidays? We talked a little bit about, Survivor Series running during the holidays. We talked about Jim Crockett Promotion, World Class Championship Wrestling. They had their Star Wars event pulling in 20,000 people. Those shows took place during the 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving. The promoters, like I said, chose those days because families together, evening entertainment, and historically, the wrestlers were expected to work holidays. You're an entertainer.
Yeah, it's a part of the contract. Again, if y'all can sit there and watch football, basketball, whatever during the holidays, I don't see the problem, because it looks like to me, as soon as they're done wrestling, or as soon as they're done playing football, as soon as they're done playing basketball, they're in their cars, they're about to get on the plane, they're about to get on a bus, whatever they're doing, and they're going home. And some of them are pretty lucky. They're pretty lucky because the game is in their hometown. Just think about the Usos and Dom and people who are from California. They didn't have to go nowhere.
True.
They just had to. They had to go.
Actually,
nowhere.
no. Dom. I mean, granted, it's still on the same coast. I think Dom and Ray live in Las Vegas now. Las Vegas is the place where I understand that all entertainers are running because of like tax havens. Because at one time everybody ran to Florida because
that's
Georgia.
where the Performance Center is.
No, because you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay state taxes. You only pay federal taxes.
Don't. If you live there, you're right.
Right, but I heard that Las Vegas is like the new like tax haven where everybody can run and save their money. Look, I am mad at them. I am mad at them. Look, if I move to Vegas, mind your business.
They must be trying to become a Commonwealth like Virginia.
Hey, look, but I think that when you look at the whole entire thing, the wrestlers have to work, and like you said, they did get easy work in Survivor Series. They were already on their coast, unlike the other people that had to leave. But now we know how deep the tradition runs. Let's take a look at how the schedule has changed today. Looking at house shows, we used to get 380 days a year on the road. That's what it used to be. Now we're not even getting that anymore. The pandemic changed all of that. All of that changed because of the pandemic. The pandemic forced the WWE to go ahead and restructure their schedule. And WWE reduced their house shows by about 30 to 40%, something like that is what I think the number is. But then you look at TNA. TNA was barely touring. AEW was pretty much brand new in 2020. So what did that make WWE have to do? They had to prioritize TV, PLEs, and high revenue shows. Look, when I really look at the whole entire thing, I ain't really too mad at them too tough for bringing WrestleMania 2 to Saudi Arabia. I ain't really mad at them too tough for bringing, Royal Rumble to Saudi Arabia. I'm like, damn, son, you got to give them everything?
Hey, yeah, right. I agree. It's like, money, man. I hate to say it. It's the money. How many times have y'all, the crowd, the people who I'm talking to right now, y'all whine and complain about those prices? Y'all been crying and whining about them for the last 2 to 3 years. So I feel like WWE is like, yo, all right then. Since America, y'all as Americans want to whine and complain about money, we're going to go across the water. We're going to go international where they are like literally itching to come to watch WrestleMania from WWE or WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or any of the PLEs. That's how I feel about it. That's why I think they went over international more because, well, y'all are ungrateful. I'm sorry. We're Americans, and unfortunately, we be ungrateful as a motherfucker. And we are.
And we want the WWE to run in our country to be as American as baseball and apple pie. But look at Survivor Series. Don't get it wrong. I enjoyed Survivor Series. Everybody that was here yesterday was asking me what Survivor Series did I watch. I'm like, well, I was in the UK. I don't know what y'all watch, but I know what I watch. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. But my whole thing is that when you look at the crowd, everybody sat on their hands. So y'all really trying to tell me, listen, America, y'all really trying to tell me y'all spend that much damn money to go in there and sit on your hands and not react, not cheer? Y'all just sit there like, come on, where y'all get money from? Where y'all get money from? I'm not really mad at the WWE because you know what? Sometimes you got to go where you feel wanted.
Hello? Man, look, I'm going to just say it once because I wasn't there yesterday, but I'm going to just, look, if y'all been on Threads, y'all know I've been stepping dead on y'all necks about WrestleMania, about Survivor Series, and how y'all are pretty much miserable. Y'all are miserable entails, and y'all don't like to see people have fun. Like I said earlier to you, Trish, they ran that yeet because, I mean, although we know the yeet is like the greatest thing that's going on right now, I know, don't give me that. I don't want to hear that because you was just like another one that was saying John Cena sucks or John Cena's here. You was probably one of the ones that was doing the yes chant like it was nobody's business. So now everybody's mad at Jey Uso over the yeet, man. Please. Anyway, y'all are, and then another thing, y'all are mad at what? What are y'all mad about? It was at a baseball stadium. What are you mad about? Y'all would say, oh, I couldn't see. I couldn't do this. You were outside in a baseball stadium. You paid $900 to sit on the ball diamond.
To sit on the what?
The little baseball diamond. That's what you did. You paid $900 to sit on the baseball diamond, and you want to whine and complain, talk about, oh, where's the wrestling? Where's the eating? Where's the and the dirt? Man, just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. You paid $1,000 to complain.
But
you paid your money. You know what you paid for. Stop whining. If y'all don't want to see yeeting, y'all don't want to see bad booking, because sometimes bad booking happens. If y'all don't want to do none of that, take y'all asses over there to AEW. Take y'all asses over there to TNA.
They wouldn't like AEW.
Well,
I feel that a lot of the people, I think the majority of the audience,
y'all asses at the indies then. Pay your little $5 to $10 to go watch half-ass mediocre wrestlers wrestle in sweats all day. I'm sorry.
I was never half-ass or mediocre. I was both cheeks and full ochre.
Well, not you, except for, okay, I'm sorry. Except for everybody that worked with Tristan Law.
No. Some of them were half-ass and mediocre. That's not the point. The point is that I think a lot of them wouldn't like AEW because AEW offers wrestling differently. And we have this long-standing relationship with the WWE to where we allow them to abuse us and we still show up. If you're complaining about the WWE running shows during the holidays, stop going.
Exactly.
If you're complaining,
in WWE stands for entertainment.
If you're complaining that the WWE is running shows that are live events during the holidays, not just SmackDown, Raw, pay-per-views, PLEs. Like, normally it's a tradition that you can go to Christmas, you can go to Madison Square Garden and go watch wrestling. It's been a tradition since Vince McMahon's grandfather, okay? Father, whoever. It's been that long. The tradition baked into Madison Square Garden. So if that's the case, don't watch. You know, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on. We're going to talk about preempting. But let's go through this chat real quick. Stu says that the pastor got his grandma's name. Rest in peace to grandma. Shout out to grandma.
Shout out to Nana.
King Suavito says, remember, Amazon Prime got a deal with NBA, so Friday nights is the hottest team playing. And if SmackDown doesn't live up to par, viewers are tuning into NBA.
Who said that?
King Suavito.
Did you say Fernando?
No, King Suavito.
Oh, my boy. Thank you.
You need a hand clap?
Yes, he does, because yes, the NBA and the NFL all have contracts with Prime. All of them. And Peacock. So I'm not understanding the problem, which, that's another conversation. Like, I was with them being with ESPN, but I'm starting to think maybe they should have stayed with Peacock.
I mean, if they stayed with Peacock, I wouldn't be going to the UK weekly. So I love going out to see my UK brethren. I love going to the UK, eating my fish and chips. I don't know why you
keep going to UK when Canada is right there.
No, you go to Canada?
Canada's better than the UK as far as I'm concerned.
Excuse me, chip cheerio. Stu says WWE kind of does take holidays off. They have like a 2-week break before the new year with Raw recap, etc. King Suavito said, Jess, I agree. The sports industry as a whole is going overseas for more money and more excitement.
Yeah, because they are getting more money. They pay the internationals. It does not matter if it's I'm gonna just say soccer because I don't think football's over. Well, no, football, because they just they played in Montreal just recently.
Oh, in Montreal?
So I'm gonna say the Commanders.
It's pronounced Montreal.
Montreal. I apologize for my ignorance a little bit. My bad. But hey, man,
where do they play?
Internationals are paying more. My overall point is that international wants to pay more for the sports thing. Now, what are you laughing about?
Because it's not pronounced Montreal. Why do you let me bother you so bad, bro?
I don't know what it is. Look, you more closer to that cold ass country than I am, so I thought it was Montreal.
Actually, technically, I'm closer to you than I am to Montreal. So the whole thing about wrestling going to Saudi Arabia, though, they're going to Saudi Arabia because they're trying to, let me see if I can put this in the most respectful way possible.
I feel like that country's new. It's becoming like Saudi Arabia. They're building. They're being modernized out there in that country. I'm not saying I've been over there in the Middle East, but just based off the TikToks and the social medias, them showing what they're doing over there, It's looking nice over there, y'all. It's looking really, really nice.
The thing with Saudi Arabia is that they're obviously a Middle Eastern country.
Yes.
They have the reputation for not treating women and some of their people fairly. And what they're trying to do is indoctrinate themselves into the Western culture so that people could come from America and give them their money. Because everybody thinks that America is rich. And let me just have a PSA with the people, with the scammers. Stop calling me. I don't got no money for y'all. Stop calling my phone. Y'all might feel like America's rich on TV, but we ain't rich. But what they're doing, Jess, is that they are trying to bring sports over there to Saudi Arabia, and they're paying top dollar. They got the Royal Rumble. They've got WrestleMania. They've got UFC. They've got boxing. I think they had World Cup over there. The only thing that they're missing is probably football. All they need is football.
I do remember that. That was a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember how they did that, Trish. It was the World Cup, but the problem is that they had to have two different World Cups. Because usually with the World Cup, you have the boys and the girls. Saudi Arabia only had the men, and then the women had to go somewhere else to have their World Cup. I thought that was asinine. Because
the same reason why they have the WWE female superstars cover up from head to toe. Like, come on. We don't want to see Rhea Ripley dressed up in all that from neck to toe. She's hot in all of that.
Boy, I was like, Jesus, y'all look hot because that's pleather, not leather. That's pleather.
Right.
And Fox and God knows what else they're using to make their costumes. So, and under that hot light, child.
Like for me, I never liked wearing long tights. I used to always like wearing trunks. And, I had, less of a dad bod and more of a no dad bod. That's neither here nor there. But I liked wearing trunks because the sweat was all around one place. It wasn't around my whole entire body. So it's like I feel for the woman that they have to dress in that. So Maria had a really good comment. Tell me what you think, Jess.
Okay.
Maria said, well, actually, no. I am going. Let me read Maria first. Maria said, the Yeet chant is lame and trash.
Maria, I thought we were cool, sis. Now you gotta go in my shit box, sis. No. The Yeet is the most entertaining thing that's going on in WWE, and that is why you still got the kids' attention. I'm just saying, you gotta have one. You don't have Bryan Danielson anymore. John Cena's retiring. The only ones you have left is the Yeet and LA Knight. Yeah.
But it's still trash. But don't worry. King Suavito said Tristan quit. He said quit hating on main event Jey Uso now. Give me a YEET. I'm not even going to say it. Not even going to give him the gratitude that I'm going to say. Nah. We ain't running nothing back. We are not running nothing back. Stop it.
You see, right? What they say. Unbothered, you see Jey Uso's face.
No, they say no Yeet. They need to bring back, you know what would make money? The no Yeet shirts. Because when he was up there.
Yeah, when Jimmy did that was kind of cool. I was like, Jimmy, I think y'all should have kept that a little bit.
When Jay was up there and Survivor Series crashing out, and I was like, man, I just can't just get down. And all you heard was Brock Lesnar's music hit. I was like, yes, there is a God. There is a God. Going back to the chat. Kemper Cloud 9128 said they played in Germany and Spain 2 weeks ago. Maria says Jey Uso is getting tired. People are finally waking up to how lame Jay is.
He's not tired. I'm just telling you, the Jey Uso hate is forced. And I'm going to tell you, like I said on Threads, y'all going to hate him to the point where he's going to be the next John Cena. He's going to be the next Grand Slam champion, and y'all are going to piss yourselves. Y'all are going to be so mad. So mad. And guess who's going to be so happy and be like, me.
You're so petty.
I don't give a fuck.
Your level of pettiness reminds me of 50 Cent. Like, you're that petty.
Well, ain't 50 Cent like a cancer or something like that? I can see that.
I don't know.
Like, ain't he a cancer? I get it.
Chris Gallegos says WWE is getting worse and worse. He says
They're not getting worse. What are y'all talking? Oh my God, old heads are blowing me every time because y'all, this is why John Cena said what he said. Y'all are so toxic. Y'all are so wishy-washy. Like y'all can't just stay straight for a second. Y'all just have to hate something. And it's never legit reasons. It's just pure hate for no reason. And for y'all to say that Survivor Series is worse than WrestlePalooza, that's how I know this is some nonsense.
I think the issue, right, because we are talking about holidays, right, and we are talking about WWE running less shows, so they have to, make up that money somehow. I feel that the issue was, the reason why I feel it was a good show for me was because I'm paid that ESPN price tag. Like I said, I get on the plane, I go watch, and then I come back. Mind your business, Jess. But the thing is that it's been, the problem was that Blood and Guts from AEW was too close to Survivor Series War Games. And Blood and Guts is more of what War Games used to be, when it had a cage on the top and it was like all around and stuff like that. But WWE's changed. WWE is a different form of entertainment. Like, granted, there was no real major stakes in any of those Survivor Series War Games matches. The only match that had a stake in it was the Vicaire and Brie Bella and Nikki Bella match, and the John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio match. The other two matches.
Oh, you're talking about the men's and the women's in the store. I got you.
Right.
I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah. I'm like, okay.
There's no stakes in it. Nobody cared. I think that the thing of the night was the masked person, and Chris is saying that John Moxley is the guy hiding underneath the mask.
That's not a bad one. I have 3 picks for that. I said, Randy, I'm kind of on team Austin Theory with the rest of you guys. And honestly, with that build, I said Jacob Fatu.
I wouldn't be surprised as well either, but somebody knocked his tooth out. But the way it used to work, right, when WWE was traveling, right, with their old travel schedule, they were on the road 300 some odd days a year.
And there we go. That's another thing. Who are we? Who are these wrestlers? Are these wrestlers not human beings, or are they robots?
What do you mean?
Because you got to think about it. You just said people are complaining they're not touring as much. It's like, they're focused on only certain things. These are human beings y'all are talking about. We just said people have families. People get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Injuries are real. As much as we want to say wrestling isn't real, those injuries are real. That's why we don't see as many.
Wrestling is real.
Injuries are not real. So you just gonna buzz me like you didn't tell me about when you broke your finger?
Dislocated. Wrestling is real. Wrestling is real, and football is fake. Trust me.
Anyway, I've done both. As I was saying, it's scripted, which means what? It's kind of fake, but the injuries aren't. So you people need time to heal and recuperate. I'm about to say, put Drew back up there. I'm going to use him as an example. Drew.
Why'd you just lick your lips, Jess?
Huh?
You just licked your lips looking at Drew McIntyre?
I mean, hey, sometimes he be looking good, even though I'm not a fan of the taco meat, but he be looking good sometimes. But anyway.
Oh, you want Drew back?
I'm going.
You want Drew back?
Huh?
You want Drew back?
Yes.
You want to behave yourself?
There's a point. Bring him back.
Okay, go ahead.
This is 2025, and Drew has worked almost every PLE in the last 3 years. Well, maybe even more than that. Don't y'all think he might need a break? Like when he did take that time after his Damian Priest thing going on, don't you think he needed that? That was a lot. These are human beings. They need time to rest and recuperate and, kind of heal. Because that's a lot of tossing and turning and fake throwing yourselves. Oops, I'm sorry. I watched ISO Speed. My bad. I'm about to say, if y'all don't want any exposure, do not watch ISO Speed's little show. Don't do it. Don't do it, because it's going to ruin you so bad.
But the thing too, though, Jess, when they were touring a lot, they would be gone. They would be gone for like 5 days. They would get like, what was it? It was Raw was Thursday through Monday. TV's always your last day. So SmackDown was Friday to Tuesday when it wasn't live, right? Because they used to tape on Tuesday. But now it's like, it's pretty much Monday to Friday if you were touring on SmackDown. Now it seems like there's no real brand split, so everybody's just
so
touring together.
At one point it was not live.
At one time, SmackDown wasn't live. No, SmackDown probably became live in like the past. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. 5 to 6 years. SmackDown used to be done on Tuesday.
Okay, so now that reiterates what I was just saying about, these people need breaks. If you got a live show, like if you work on SmackDown, that means you're probably practicing from Monday to Thursday.
Well,
trying to get you.
You'd wrestle every night. The way it would work usually is that the match that they want to have on Raw. Let's say you're on Raw, right? Okay. So I live in New York. So let's say the first town is, I don't know. Let's say the first town is like Jersey, somewhere in Jersey. So I'd be responsible. They would get me from New York to Jersey. And then from there, I would fly on a plane. Let's say it was in South Jersey. I don't know. Get on a plane. And when I get there, first day I would wrestle, but I would drive myself from town to town to town. The last day, they would put me on a plane and send me back home. But I'd wrestle every day. Sometimes it's even worse because if there was a European tour, which is what it usually used to be after WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, you get all the stuff that you do. Then they hop on a plane to do the European tour, and then they come back in and go back into the loop again. It was called the loop. So, like, they wrestled a lot back then. WWE wrestles a lot less now. And, with the schedule evolving, WWE adjusted even how they handle the holiday week. Like, it used to be pre-taped. Not just SmackDown, the whole thing was just pre-taped. Both Raw and SmackDown, they shifted to pre-tape models around major holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. WWE taped multiple episodes across, the various cities the week before Thanksgiving and Christmas. These tapings allowed the WWE to keep continuity, keep contracts filled, and still give wrestlers the real time off. For example, Thanksgiving week and Christmas week. It involved, double tapings or a taping of Raw and SmackDown. You'd sit there and you get a Raw and you'd get a Raw for next week. Same exact day. Or you might get SmackDown. For me, I always hated pre-taped wrestling. So I'm not going to complain that I don't want pre-taped wrestling because I always felt like there's no real business that happened on pre-taped wrestling. When they were doing Thanksgiving, New Year's, or Christmas. Because why? People would just leak it online. So why put a big debut doing that?
Exactly. Keep it live. Right. So they was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it live.
Right.
Like right here, right now. I feel what you're saying, and I agree. It has its pros and cons. I guess the cons of it, cons of it being live is that unfortunately you see them get hurt and they're going to be gone, like Penta.
Stu here dropping his view. He says in 2016, it was when SmackDown went back to live. Chris Gallego says that WWE should have stayed with Peacock. Stu says that he likes Jay, but it's where they stopped his mini Roman story they had going on for no reason. And you know what? Maybe you think they stopped it. Maybe they just hit the pause. That. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if Jey Uso's the person that had that masked man in the ring. I wouldn't be surprised.
Roman is Roman. He always has his own hidden agenda. And if for all y'all that wasn't whining about Survivor Series, you would see that his eyes are on Cody Rhodes again.
Well, that's what you think. You don't know. You don't know.
I mean, I don't know because I don't work for them, but I read energies pretty well. And Roman doesn't change. He's coming for Cody. Low key.
So Maria says that Jess gets a little spicy when she sees Drew.
I mean, he's not a bad looking man. My mom saw him once. She said he looks like he doesn't bathe good.
Your mom's out of control.
I was like, dang, Mom. I was like, you don't look that bad. Jesus.
Why? It's the hamburger meat, ain't it?
I think it might, for her, it might be. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm like, I know these wrestlers have good personal hygiene. You got to be stopped.
King Suavito says that we got us a new heel in these comments, y'all, and he just the same name as me. LOL. We just got two first names. He's talking about Chris Gallegos. That's what I think he's talking about.
Great. We got two heels. Wonderful. Ain't that
no, Maria's the real heel. I ain't going front. Maria, you know what? Maria is the voice of reason, because when you think, I love that this space is here for Maria, that Maria could just come here and just be herself. Maria said,
I fuck with her.
Survivor really Series. Good. Oh, you fuck with her this week? So Maria said
this week. I don't know how it's gonna be in another 20 minutes.
Maria says Survivor Series is trash. Just calling us whiners is not going to change that.
It was not trash. It was not trash. We have seen worse PLEs this year. I guess we all just forgot about WrestlePalooza.
Now, WrestlePalooza wasn't trash, but they had that one Saturday night's main event that had 5 matches and all the matches went too short.
That one, yeah. That one. Yep. With the Goldberg, yes. That's Goldberg.
Oh, yeah, the one with the Goldberg. Oh, you know why? Because Goldberg was on it. Oof.
I'm just saying, I'm like, it wasn't trash at all. If anything that was trash about Survivor Series, it was location. I was not the biggest fan of them putting it at the baseball stadium.
See, I love the aesthetics, the visual aesthetics of there being a lot of people in the arena.
Yeah,
but I don't like as a person that went to SummerSlam, that even though I paid pretty decent money for my tickets, I had the pole that was in front of my face. So like you couldn't probably see my face, but I was sitting across from where the main camera was, but there was a pole in my face. So you know what I did all night? Just look up at the screen.
Yeah. Problem is, right, they don't have screens at a baseball stadium. I believe you was at a football stadium.
Right, but they add extra screens. They did. They always add extra screens.
They was complaining about because they was just some little ass 40-inch, barely 40. I don't even think it was 40. It was like 20-inch TV.
Nah, there's some big ass TVs. There's some big
20 inches. Yeah.
Because I went to WrestleMania 29, and I paid $150, and the seats were worse than what I paid more money to watch Survivor Series, and I still had to watch the screen. But WWE didn't have a screen built in. I had to watch the stadium screens.
It is what it is. I feel like this. I said location. If you know where you go, if you know the stadium or wherever they're having the PLE, if you know what you're into, it shouldn't be a problem. That's why I was like, when they said it was at a baseball stadium, I was like, oh, this is going to be just as bad as the Chris Brown concert. I was like, oh, they're going to be mad because y'all can't see nothing. Y'all going to have to watch it on y'all phones. But everyone knew that already. But you paid, again, clearly y'all are wasting your money just to complain. Again, if you're going to complain about it, don't go.
And if you want to change something, I think that's true. Because for me, I don't like pre-taped Raw or pre-taped SmackDown. I always felt like I said before, that it was nothing special. So I always skip those weeks. I might go read online, the day after to see if I missed anything, or I may watch and fast forward, but I'm not really wasting my time too tough to go watch a Raw or a SmackDown that was pre-taped. But even with the wrestlers getting the actual holidays off, people are still mad. In 2017, Raw had Christmas. WWE had Raw on Christmas, and there was so much backlash. But there was so much backlash. It took place in Chicago, and the Allstate Arena, it was sold out, Jess.
So that's what I'm saying. It's selective outrage. Selective. Y'all are only choosing to be outraged based on who is on the main roster.
I just think that everybody wants the wrestlers to be home with their families.
And they do.
Which makes sense. I agree. Right? Look, I'm just going to be real right now. Everybody wants the wrestlers to be home with their families talking about, oh, the wrestlers shouldn't be wrestling on Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, whatever it is, but you still clock in and go to work on the holiday.
Hello, retailers. Hello.
I worked retail for a long time. I was in retail management. And this is probably the third Black Friday that I did not have to work. So you trying to tell me with the amount of money that Randy Orton, John Cena, The Rock, and all them making, that I got to go to work? Hell no, they going to work too. They going to work too.
Hell yeah, they going to work. and the difference between us and them, they actually enjoy it.
You know what's true?
They actually like going to work. So we don't. We got to deal with y'all harassing us about a shirt that's 2 sizes too small.
Right. Talking about, oh, where do you find this? I don't know. I just work here.
Right. I'm like, did it say it's in stores? Yes. Well, it lied. It ain't here. Go home. Buy it online.
So Maria
found it.
Maria says, are we supposed to pretend like bad wrestling? Are we supposed to pretend that we like bad wrestling? I don't understand being told not to complain when we don't like what we see in a wrestling show.
Okay. Don't watch it. If you're going to complain about, then why watch it if you're going to complain about it? You
because we have a toxic relationship with WWE that every week,
John said,
that no, not the fans with WWE, just the way that the WWE has treated us. It's so toxic sometimes that we still check in and just hope that it was better than the week before. Don't get it wrong. I enjoyed Survivor Series. For whatever the reason, for me, I enjoyed it. And I'm not saying that anybody's wrong for not liking it. But don't get it wrong. I've said that there were some shows that were straight up garbage truck.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? I still watched Raw because I still want to see, maybe Raw is going to be better. It's just like baseball. Every time that the batter goes to home plate and swing, they don't hit a home run every time. Sometimes they strike out. And for some people, in their eyes, WWE struck out on Sunday. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah. That was,
I used to wrestle. I get hit in the head.
Series was Saturday.
Yeah, I used to wrestle. I get hit in the head. But Maria says that we don't know if something's going to be bad until we watch it. What do you mean don't watch? She's right. Maria's right.
But I got you, Maria.
Because it's like,
I'm only saying that because
you ever been to
if you're going to watch just to complain, then there's no point of watching. If you already in your mind is like, look, WWE is trash. It's not the best. It ain't been the best.
No, she's not saying that. Maria's not. I don't think Maria is saying all that. I think that what Maria is saying is that Survivor Series in particular is trash.
Oh, well, Survivor Series.
Yeah, she's not saying that the WWE is trash altogether.
Oh.
Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Maria. But like Maria's right. And I think she's right. You don't know if something's going to be bad until we watch. So like for me, it's like, what
made it so bad? Was it because it wasn't the same as last year?
No, it was because what War Games is supposed to be, it wasn't. And it was overshadowed by Blood and Guts from AEW. War Games is supposed to be a bloodbath. It's supposed to be war. There was no war. They didn't really have that. They didn't really have that many weapons.
There was no story. There was no story for war. The only ones that actually had a good story, honestly, was the women, because that was tag team. Now, if you all had we have all this chaos going on with the tag teams division over at SmackDown. You really mean to tell me y'all couldn't get all the men together and have War Games? But then I thought about it. People got to have a break. It was a Hail Mary. I thought I was saying that. I'm like, if War Games is November, you got to put that stuff together. No matter how many people are left on the roster, which it ain't that many because people are either on vacation or they're injured.
But you try not. Me personally, as a wrestler, the way that I was trained was that you don't miss nothing. I missed birthdays. I missed parties. I missed weddings. I went late to funerals. Just the way that it was told in my brain.
Because changed. Y'all just so do y'all want them to do the holidays or don't y'all want to do the holidays? Because 1 minute y'all are complaining that there's not enough people on the main roster. Then the next day y'all are complaining saying that they don't have time for their families. Then the next day y'all say, oh, the storyline and the PLEs are messed up. But then the next day y'all don't like the Yeet. But then the next day y'all don't like John Cena. But then the next day y'all gonna say, where's Randy Orton? And then the next day, where is who else is gone? We ain't seen in a minute. Jacob Fatu. No, where's Damian Priest?
He's on SmackDown.
You don't see him much. I mean,
you saw him. You saw him and
having a conversation in a segment, but wrestling. It's been a minute since he got popped in the eye.
Maria says that War Games is just board game Saturday night, and when I look at it from everybody else's lens, I can understand why. Because the only true story out of the women's War Games match off of memory was 41 minutes. The men was 40 minutes and change. Mm-hmm. Dom and Cena was 16 minutes and the women were 12 minutes that I can't get back. But the only two stories went in, the only real story was Dom and Cena and Vicaire and Bella.
I was say, yeah. The only reason that Cena and Dom one wasn't kaboom pow confetti for me is because I already knew what was going to happen. I've been told y'all Liv was coming back months ago. Months ago. Was it going to be like this?
King Suavito says that he can't speak for everyone, but when it comes to watching the shows, we expect the storylines to carry over from week to week. But when they just book matches for no reason, then it becomes an issue.
I feel like when they have no choice, they got to do that. Because remember, people get hurt. People get hurt and sick.
But the thing too, though, is that the way that the WWE books now, Jess, is that there's all those people that were in the War Games match, both men and women, could be plugged into any main event story. They're ready for the main event. Even Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, put them into any main event story. Looking back at wrestling in like 1996, not even 1999, your top guys were who? Your top guys
1999, we're talking about that's The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple.
No, Triple H wasn't even a top guy yet.
Wasn't here there. Oh, so
he was there,
Hulk
but he wasn't a top guy.
So Hulk Hogan was there.
Nope,
then.
Hulk Hogan was in WCW. It was Stone Cold. It was The Rock. It was Mankind, and it was The Undertaker. Those were the four top guys. When one of those guys were hurt, that's when they had to scramble to figure something out. The whole entire storyline fell apart, right? Like, I think look, Triple H is undeniable. Triple H should have been a champion even bigger. Triple H became a top guy maybe like, 2000? Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But in this day and age, with Seth Rollins being out, they didn't really have to scramble. They put the belt on CM Punk, and they got Randy Orton, wearing a hood, jumping into the cage. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Right. So right. Randy Orton. Well, see that he didn't attack Punk. He attacked Cody.
No, right. He would have attacked Cody. I don't know. Or maybe it's Austin Theory. I don't know, but I can tell you who it's not. Like I said yesterday, it's not Seth Rollins. Because look at the back on that brute. That's what I was saying. But WWE isn't just running holidays because they feel like they're bigger for what, Jeff? What?
I'm sorry. It was just because when you said it,
I
pictured it. It just all
pictured it back, right?
Came together and it looked funny as hell.
Right. It's a brute, and that's not that back is not the size of Seth Rollins. That guy got
definitely, and it's definitely not Becky Lynch.
Definitely not Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch got a dainty back. Her back is not, nah. But WWE isn't running holidays just because they feel like it. There are bigger forces to play. Bigger forces like Raw and SmackDown. They're weekly properties with contracts, advertisers, networks, consistency, expectation. You had companies like USA, Fox at one time, Netflix. None of those allow for dark weeks. They are like, we want programming every week. Holiday shows, they still bring in the house shows. They still bring in major revenue. Wrestling is not seasonal. We knew when we went to pro wrestling school what we were signing up for. Unlike the fake sports that run for 18 weeks and then they have a Super Bowl, then they go bye-bye for another couple of weeks, right? Us real sports fans, like we are expected to get our wrestling every week because our wrestling is as close to, I don't know, Stranger Things, where we are getting storylines that weave through. And if you miss something, you're going to be like, oh, wow, how did I miss it? Like it was Karen Cross that jumped into the cage with the mask on at Survivor Series.
You think, yeah, boy, if that is Karrion Kross, boy, this is the longest storyline work ever. Because I'm like, whoa.
Let me see if I can remember the names from yesterday. Karrion Kross, these are the suspects. Okay. Karrion Kross, that could be a whole episode. We could talk about who and why. Karrion Kross, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and
Jacob.
And Jacob Fatu. Those are the 4 names that I think we discussed yesterday.
Yeah. I'm about to say the only reason I'm thinking Jacob
and Austin Theory.
The only reason I'm thinking Jacob is because he has beef with both people, the heroes and the villains, because we don't know who jumped him yet.
But we'll have to watch Raw to find out. So if we don't figure it out, I guess that we're going to have to figure it out. But the thing that everybody needs to understand is that in pro wrestling, tradition matters. Fans have always had a holiday wrestling show, and wrestlers, they now actually get more days off. Holiday special episodes can feel special if booked right. I think SmackDown was pretty decent. If you watch till the end of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa, he got some issues. But for me, I feel like the outrage was very inconsistent. People say that they hate it, but they still watch. And I'm talking about the fact that people say that they hate the wrestlers have to wrestle or perform during the holidays, but they still watch. I think the pre-tapes, it solves the family issue, but if talent didn't want to do it, the talent they wouldn't really schedule it. They listen to their fans. To the employees, to the independent contractors in the WWE. Yeah. But if they didn't want to do it and WWE wanted to do it, guess what you do? You go work someplace else. Just like going to Saudi Arabia. WWE's like, hey, look, if you don't want to go, that's fine. But let's put somebody else in the spot. You don't take time off in wrestling. That's how we were trained. That's how we were trained.
Unless you have to. Well, you're making it seem like you can't, but
we never did.
Not robots.
I've wrestled hurt. I've wrestled with dislocated fingers. I've wrestled with sprained.
The times have changed.
I've wrestled with sprained ankles because for me, I never want to miss a time because when I miss my time, I give up my spot all the way. Just to look at the.
I mean, you can't, certain things you just can't control. You can't control a neck injury. You can't control a back injury.
Still wrestled. If I could, I still wrestled. That's a topic.
So, I mean, but what are you saying, that people who are injured that decide to go ahead and recover, are you calling them weak?
No, they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing.
Trish, why didn't you do the right thing?
Because that's not how I was trained. Because I was trained that if I missed the spot, if I missed a week, that somebody was going to be stuck in my spot, and it gives the fans an opportunity to forget about me. I'm not saying what I did was smart. I was just doing what they told us to do in the job. When I had my training, and then I went for my on-the-job training, the reason why I got a spot one time in Staten Island was because somebody missed their spot. So they missed their spot, and they gave it to me. Looking at the chat, we asked in the poll, should the WWE have events during the holiday? And 62% say yes, while 38% say no. Yeah, King Savito says that there's no more house shows. The house shows were at a time for small arenas to test to see if these feuds and storylines would be good for TV. That's when it was successful and it became big. He's right. He's right. The day Enzo Amore's last match, I went to Poughkeepsie and I saw it, and I know what was supposed to happen on Raw. When they went back to Raw, they did it a whole different spin. But I'll say this though. This wraps up our whole entire, deep dive after breaking it down. And Jess and I think that we both agree that running holiday shows is completely fine. If that upsets people, great. Hit the comments. Let's argue. Vote in the poll. Drop your thoughts and let us know your favorite or least favorite holiday show memories. Happy holidays, Jess. Thanks so much for joining.
Yes, happy holidays.
Don't forget that Cheyenne Ortiz, first episode, main event conversation. He'll be here with beautiful Buddy Thomas. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be live Friday at noon. I will be back on Wednesday to talk more wrestling with you. Call me, text me, 973-826-0101. Email me, TristanLawShowMedia@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Stu, Maria, Fernando, King Savito, and everybody else. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.